Hello and welcome to another review, and it's Green Lantern Secret Origins by Geoff Johns and Ivan Reis. Check it out. This is an origin story, and it's a very good origin story. I mean, like, you can get this in two covers. You can get this in the cover, like this cover, and you can get this in the Ryan Reynolds cover, which promoted the movie. As I said, this is an origin story, and this is a very good origin story. I don't mind origin stories. I don't hate them. I don't like them. But there's always, there's certain things you expect in origin stories, and those certain things are like, oh, are they going to keep this in as origin? I'm going to keep this in on. What are they going to add? And this book, my personal ticks, it ticks all of them. Green Lantern Secret Origin, brilliant origin story. This actually is what the film should have been. Okay, this is the origin story of Hal Jordan. Everyone's favourite Green Lantern. Well, most of the clever people one's favourite Green Lantern. And so basically, this explores why Hal is so fearless. It's because when he was a kid, his father, who was a pilot, took him to show him how to riding planes. So Hal was down watching his father flying a plane, and in midair, Hal's father's plane crashes, and Hal on the ground sees his own father's plane crash in a horrible accident. And Hal says, when your worst nightmare has come true in front of your own eyes, there's nothing left to be afraid of. And that's what makes Hal fearless. But with that fearless also comes recklessness. And basically what the story is, Hal basically becomes fearless because of that incident, but he also becomes reckless. And it shows how he's selfish at times to his family, because his mother doesn't want him to join or become a pilot of any kind, and Hal does. He runs away from home at 18, joins the Air Force, and all that stuff. And you see him being selfish, and there's quite touching moments because his mother has cancer. You see why he's fearless and why he's reckless, and you see that. But one of the best parts of this comic book, and I love the art, but the best part, the art and writing, my favourite part of both the art and writing, is when Hal goes to Oa. So he's been given the ring for the first time. He goes to Oa to train, and he's not training by himself, which is good. We see him in training, and everyone calling him Earthman, and he's like, no, my name isn't Earthman, my name's Hal Jordan, And he's not training by himself, as I said. He's training with all these other cool characters, He meets Tomar-Re there, And of course he's been trained by Kilowog, and he tries to start fights with Kilowog, but gets, himself beaten up. So, I mean, like, it's really good. I mean, like, because it's like, since he's not training by himself, you get to see all these other Green Lanterns from all over, trainee Green Lanterns from all over the universe, and it's fun the way Ivan Reis or Rias, I don't know, I can't pronounce his name, has drawn that part. I mean, like, the art is good throughout, but the way Ivan Reis has drawn the Oa part, I just love it, So you have that, and which is really fun, and Tomar-Re, sort of like mentoring him, but he's not the teacher. The teacher is Kilowog. But then the story goes forward, and they give Hal a mentor on a secret mission, and that mentor is Sinestro, and it's top secret. And you see Sinestro and Hal's relationship build, and how they gain each other's trust, and it's a nice relationship. Hal even says, no one really ever understood me till Sinestro came along, and that's a great thing I always liked about Hal and Sinestro's enemyship, It's Sinestro once used to be Hal's mentor, and Hal used to look up to Sinestro, And Sinestro doesn't turn in this book, but he basically, he's sent to sort some stuff out where he has to mentor Hal, and it's really good, You see Sinestro as a Green Lantern, you see him being, at that time, he was the greatest Green Lantern, So you see Sinestro and Hal's relationship explored, Even Hal and Carol Fellis' relationship was explored as well, I think this should have been the film, basically, It explains really well why Abin Sur was on a spaceship and why it crashed. It explores Sinestro's and Hal's relationship, How Sinestro was this great mentor. It explores Hal's relationship with his family, which the film touches on and then leaves. The film doesn't even bother explaining Hal and Sinestro's mentorship, you know, and it explores Hal and Carol's relationship. I love this comic book. I love this. I love this. I love this comic book. It's one of the best origin stories out there. I really enjoyed it, and as you can tell, I think this should have been the movie. You know, I really enjoy it. Check it out. The art's brilliant. The writing's brilliant. Check it out. Green Lantern Secret Origins. Check it out. It's brilliant. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this review.